Nevertheless, Terry Gilliam is one of the most interesting and inventive directors around, so the other day I invited him into the studio to explain himself and his film. Was Hunter S. Thompson's book a kind of seminal work for you in your young manhood?
I wouldn't say it was seminal, but it certainly hit the mark, because I had left the States in '67. He wrote the book in '71, and sitting over here reading it, it was like, gee, those are all the reasons I left. He got it. He got it. He got the madness, the humor, the anger, the loss, all of those things in that book, and I felt very comfortable with it when I read it. I mean,
it was a very nihilistic attitude, wasn't it? That, you know, there's nothing we can do about it, so let's all get stoned. I mean, that's basically what he was saying.
And actually, I don't. I mean, I disagree with that, because I think it's stranger than it's more existential. I want to get that word in the program.
Yes, nice
you
word.
haven't used it.
No,
recently.
I've never used it yet. No, that's a first.
See, there's a thing at the beginning of the book. He quotes Samuel Johnson saying, you know, a man who can make a beast of himself gets rid of the pain of being a man. So it really is, to me, about these two people, in a sense, punishing themselves for the madness of the society that they feel some responsibility for. So they become totally irresponsible in dealing with it. And to me, that's what it's always been about.
Oh, wait. That was headquarters. You want me to... You want me to go to Las Vegas at once?
Sounds like real trouble. You're gonna need plenty of legal advice before this thing is over.
Oh, yeah.
As your attorney, I advise you to rent a very fast car with no top. Tape recorder for special music. Acapulco shirts. And get the hell out of LA for at least 48 hours.
You said yourself, I think, that you didn't think there was any in between, that people are either going to hate this film or they're going to love it. And you didn't even want people in the middle. So you're not going to like me very much, because I'm kind of in the middle there, you know.
I know, but you're a nice guy. And
of course,
this is not a film for nice guys. This is a film for outlaws, troublemakers, people.
I think visually it's superb.
Yeah.
It really is. I thought Depp was excellent as the Hunter S. Thompson figure, but I don't care about those characters. And the problem with it is, it seems to me, is it's like being at a party where everybody else is drunk or high. Yeah. And after about 10 minutes, the first 10 minutes they're very funny. Then after that, you begin to think, oh God, well, why don't they stop? And unfortunately, the film is all about them being like that all the time.
That's right. I mean, I can't argue with you, to be honest, because I mean, I've heard that from enough people. So it clearly doesn't connect to a lot of people, and yet for a lot of other people, it connects totally. And it's the thing that I find most intriguing about the film, because the experience you describe is not the experience they have. It's almost like two different films, even though the same things are going on, and the end result is totally different. I mean, and it isn't just a few friends, because I've seen it with... Sure. We had a big screening on Monday. It was for the music press, and there was 750 people there, and it went like a house of fire. And people say they wish it had gone on longer. I've had people say, you know, I love those guys. I would stay with them for, you know, all night. Yeah. So it's that, and I can't, to be honest, I don't know exactly what that hook is that gets you or doesn't get you.
I remember I saw it.
They weren't wearing suits.
They weren't wearing
suits. That's the problem. So you need a slick jacket like that. Then you're...
Yeah, but you got that in Las Vegas, didn't you?
Yeah, that's why I like the movie.
Yeah, that's right. Well, that would induce fear and loathing anywhere.
Be quiet. Be calm.
She's a waitress about 16 years old. They chopped the damn head off right there in the parking lot. Got all kinds of...
Ignore this terrible drug.
Are you happy with it yourself?
Yeah. I think it's... on the other hand, it's too close to me. When I'm this close to a film, I don't know what it is. I know it's extraordinary, and I know it's unlike anything else. It breaks most of the rules of structure. It breaks the rules of how you tell a story. It isn't relying on suspense, drama, romance, any of those basic things. And it's working on another level. And the thing that always keeps niggling at me is the number of people who I respect for different reasons, who keep coming and saying, this film, people are going to look back at it 5 years from now and say, it's a masterpiece. Now that's not me trying to blow my own trumpet, because it's not my trumpet, it's a lot of us who made this thing. And I can't judge it, to be honest, but I get that. I was reading a book called The Battle of Brazil, which was written about a year after Brazil came out with the whole fight with the studio.
Another Gilliam film, by the way, just in case people have forgotten. Yeah.
And I was looking at it, and in the back of it, the last part, Jack Matthews, who wrote it, was reading me the negative reviews of Brazil, and I was commenting on them. And reading those reviews, all you had to do is change Brazil to Fear and Loathing, and it's the same review.
Really?
And that's what really intrigued me, that Jesus, maybe we are, again, like Brazil, we were there a bit too early, and people eventually caught up with it. And it may or may not be true. I don't know. History will tell. I don't know. And frankly, I don't care at this point. It's almost done. It's out of my life. I can move on and do something else.
You're always ahead of your time. But I mean, you don't go for conventional type movies ever, do you? I mean, thinking about Brazil, Baron Munchausen, 12 Monkeys. I mean, and now this one. These are not your run-of-the-mill Hollywood movies you're turning out.
But I don't want to do those because there's so many people able to do those other ones, and they do them well. And I mean, I'm literally, listen, I'm the guy that turned down Roger Rabbit, Forrest Gump, The Truman Show. I'm that guy. I'm that guy. I was offered those films, and I turned them down because...
God, what judgment you have.
Terrible. Why are we talking even? I'm a failure, a complete disaster. But it's weird because I look at those things and say, yeah, that's great, but, you know, Bob Zemeckis could do that, or somebody else could do that. The ones that I haven't written, let's say, Fisher King and 12 Monkeys, were scripts that I didn't think anybody else would get right. And Fear and Loathing, in a strange way, I think I was probably if anybody was going to do it, it better be me, and you know, but I better take the blame for it because, and that's the way it works because I think life is too short to do the safe, secure things. I'm much happier going out and trying things that people say you shouldn't do or can't do, and all of that, and the fact that I pull it off enough times and make enough money for the system that they allow me to get on with the next one, it keeps working. People keep saying, how do you get away with this, Terry? And I'm just really lucky,
Can you continue?
I think. Exactly.
So what are you going to do next to help change all this?
I don't know. I've been, I mean, here's my problem, is that Bob Zemeckis sent me a script that's going to make 200 million, if not more, maybe 300 or 400 million. And I think I'm saying no to it once again. And it's a sure bet. It's a winner. It's fantastic. And I said,
so you're either a saint or a lunatic.
I'll stick with the latter.
Anyway, I wish you the best of luck.
Thanks.
Great financial success with Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Thanks.
Thanks for coming in.
Great.